For the third instalment of rocking out sort of tiki cocktails, the lesser known tiki cocktails from Beachbum Berries Remixed, we're going to page 94 and Blackbeard's Ghost. Now the whole point of these videos is kind of shining the light on those lesser known tiki cocktails that never get talked about. You know, we always see recipes for Mai Tais and grogs and zombies and painkillers, you name it. But there are so many amazing sort of looking cocktail recipes in there that I've never made. And I'm using this series of videos to kind of educate you, show you, kind of deep dive on whether we can find some other tiki cocktails worth shouting about. Now, just quickly before I dive in, for series 2, I want to hear from you guys. I want you to put your favourite tiki cocktails in the comments below. Not your Mai Tais, none of those cocktails that I mentioned earlier. But any of these lesser known favourite tiki cocktails, put them in the comments below and I'll have a look at making them for series 2. So a nice, easy 7 ingredient cocktail this week, not like the 12 from last week. It's a flash blended cocktail and I'm going to serve it up eventually in this tiki glass called Lucky. There'll be a link below in the description below for all you UK people. 13 ounce roughly. Again, I suspect this one might be just a little bit bigger, but we shall go with it. So again, I've got the ingredients up there because I'm never going to remember these. These are all new cocktails to me. So, you know, I've never made these before. So let's dive into it. 45 ml of freshly squeezed orange juice. So 1.5 ounces, 45 ml of orange juice, freshly squeezed. Let's pop that there. 30 ml of lemon juice. Again, freshly squeezed. So 1 ounce, 30 ml of lemon juice. Falernum. 30 ml of falernum. So as I say, I use this instead of JD Taylor's. The sweetness levels are roughly about the same, so I'm going to keep it to that. So I'm going to do 30 ml, 1 ounce of Monnin's falernum in here. Now, apricot brandy. I haven't rocked out the Giffard's for a long time because I haven't really done a focus on cocktails for a long time. But Giffard, you know, this stuff is phenomenal stuff. So Giffard apricot du Roussillon, 15 ml, half an ounce of apricots there. Now, the rums, I've got a little bit quirky in here because, so the first ingredient, it says 15 ml of Demerara rum. Now, I put El Dorado 8 in here and I went to grab it and this was right in front of it and I thought, ooh, I wonder. So I'm actually going to use Skipper in this. This is, I think it's not ceased to be imported to the US anymore, but when it was, the US had 42% or 84 proof. This is 40, all right? I think that's right. But we want 15 ml of a Demerara rum. It does say in the book you can sub for a dark Jamaican rum, but I kind of want to go this way. Now, here might be the only conflict because it says, let's just do 2 dashes of Angostura bitters and then could talk about the rums. It says in the book, 45 ml of light Virgin Islands rum. Now, it doesn't say which Virgin Islands. It doesn't say British Virgin Islands. It doesn't say US Virgin Islands. It doesn't say Spanish Virgin Islands. So I've gone with what I would naturally assume it kind of referred to. And Puerto Rico is kind of, I think, I'm really, really sorry if it's not. I know it's kind of US. I don't know the sort of geography and the politics and all that out there of how this sits, but I would naturally go for a light Puerto Rican rum. I don't know. There's one for the comments as well. If you've got any kind of light Virgin Islands rum, what would you use? Cruzan may be one as well, but we kind of don't get it here in the UK. So let me know what you would use for a light Virgin Islands rum in the comments below. But 45 ml. I was originally going to go Don Q7, and I thought, okay, light. Does it mean lightly aged? Does it mean sort of that? So I've gone for Don Q Cristal. So this is just going to get a big scoop of crushed ice and flash blended for about 5 or 6 seconds, and then we're going to do an open gated pour. Feedback from ages ago was that you guys like to see the cocktail, so I'm just going to do that. You can kind of see. That's what it looks like. But I think tiki cocktails should go in tiki mugs. So I'm just going to do that. Open gated pour. So you can sort of, now this is 500 ml. So 16, 17 ounces. So that's nearly filled that up. So 14, 15 ounces there. I'm just going to top that up with a bit more crushed ice. Open gated, or it's not a shake and dump, it's a blend and dump. So a bit of crushed ice on there. There we go, just to kind of finish it off. And then garnish-wise, I like my sprigs of mint. I've always got mint here, but, you know, do you with cherry and orange and stuff like that. And then I'm just going to do some, just for colour, pure contrast, I'm going to do some dried hibiscus flowers on there. And that is a Blackbeard's Ghost. That is really delicious. My instant way for this, just to kind of make it suitable for my palate, I would bring the falernum syrup down. If you're going to use Monin, try it with the JD Taylors. I might bring that Monin syrup down 22.5ml. We've done 30ml, but 22.5ml maybe even 20ml in there. I definitely get the apricot. I definitely get the Skipper, the Demerara rum. I think it's just crying out for a different rum. I'm kind of regretting now not using a kind of a more aged rum as opposed to a light. But flavour wise, this is a sort of an afternoon, early evening, you know, sun's out. This is really, really tasty. Don't let anything take it away from this cocktail. Just dial in that sweetness slightly with that falernum. This is proper on the money.